Stefs Rock Show back on Spotify, and our next guest, I am over the moon about Dizzy motherfucking Reed. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Like I said, it's been a long time. I have people that I have dated in the past that have talked so highly of you. So I'm excited to finally have you by. You've got a new album coming out. Rock and Roll Chose Me. What made you want to do an entire process by yourself?
Well, it's I did a record some years ago, which it's not an easy process, but the outcome is quite rewarding. And I've had a lot of songs just swimming around up here and over there, and so I felt like I needed to do another record, and yeah, so that was kind of it. And it's exciting to get in the studio and express yourself.
Yeah. Why Rock and Roll Chose Me?
Well, it's the title track, "Rock and Roll Chose Me." It's really about just some of my adventures throughout my life and times with Hookers and Blow, and my other solo bands. And but it's just really kind of a, it's like I didn't choose rock and roll. Rock and roll chose me. So that's the song kind of explains it all, really.
You didn't have a choice. And then I love Earn It to Burn It. Are you a big spender?
I'm not a no, I'm not really a big spender. Earn it to burn it is just sort of a metaphor for how things work in life in this country and in around the world. And it's how do I put it? It's more of like the big companies are really telling you got to earn it to burn it. You never really see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's now just goes straight into your bank account and then straight out through your credit card or whatever. And it's really it doesn't have so much to do with me earning it and burning it. Although I do like to earn it and I do like to burn it. I will say that much.
It is a never ending cycle of, I'm working two jobs, I'm doing the podcast for fun, and it just to buy cool shit, I guess. And that, it just keeps going. And then I noticed you've got the number two instead of spelled out TO, and you've got Z's instead of S's. What made you want to be hip and cool, as my kids say, and kind of spell things in a younger, different, slang?
Well, sometimes if you substitute a number for a word, it's less letters, so it's easier to write.
Just quicker. That's it. There's no hidden meaning. It's just faster to write.
Yeah, I think it's just more part of the final touches on the creative process.
Yeah,
That's how I look at it, really. But if that makes me cool and hip, then awesome.
I love it. I'm trying to stay cool and hip with my kids, and I
Thanks.
guess 6 7's in right now. Sigma Riz. I'm trying to learn all
Uh,
the hot things.
I'm trying to stay cool and hip with my grandkids.
That is awesome. You're
Yeah.
a hot grandpa. Go hot grandpa.
Oh wow.
Okay. And then also, were you when you learned a couple days ago piano, were you like, this is gonna get all the chicks learning how to play the piano and being on the keyboards?
It wasn't. It was just being on stage for the first time. That I was a really really quiet kid. I had like a speech impediment. I still do, obviously. Um, from I had a bad accent, knocked out all my teeth, and it took like 12 years to get that actually fixed. But so my mouth was always changing. Anyway, uh, quiet kid, got on stage. I had a little synthesizer thing with my first band. I got the gig because I had this little. It's it's called a stylophone. It's a little pen that comes out. It's attached by a wire, and there's a keyboard, a metal keyboard, and it makes a tone. It's like a synthesizer. See, there's that speech impediment, and we played "Smoke on the Water," and I sang and played that, and all the girls are screaming, and I thought, this is it. I'm doing what I. This is it. I found it. Rock and roll found me, chose me at that point in time.
Yeah. I can tell too, the new album has a little homage to like childhood and growing up. I love that you're, younger and flipping off the camera. Is this kind of an expression of learning lessons or going through your process of Los Angeles and like experiences that you've had? Or is this a growth album? It kind of felt like to me.
I think it was just reaching back to those beginnings and those roots, and figuring out what I wanted to do. And that I'm actually flipping off my mom in that picture. She's taking the picture. So that's me. I'm 11, flipping off my mom. So
You know, people that don't have kids, I don't think would understand that that actually can mean you have a good relationship, that you and your mom are so close, you feel comfortable enough to flip her off and she'll forgive you and go about your day. Was that the fact, or did you
um,
guys butt heads?
no, no, my mom was awesome. I had a great upbringing. My parents were really cool. We had my dad and I had our scraps now and then, but who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Because I was just being a dick. Looking back, I was being a dick,
Yeah.
and I understand. And then now having, helped raise 4 kids, I know both sides of it. It's like, and yeah, so the picture, it just fit with the title. Going back to, I was full on at that point. After that first gig, the band got serious, and that's in my mom and dad's basement. They were cool enough to let us crank up music, all hours of the night, and in the garage sometimes. The neighbors didn't like that though.
I bet not. Yeah. I want to be that house when my kids are older. They're learning and they're younger right now, but I want to be the cool house with the band here and I want to manage, hopefully.
Well,
Um,
you can do
s-
it. Anyone
I
can.
For sure, and I love loud music, so I'm not complaining. So, what age do you think you became kind of rowdy or out of control or unruly?
Probably when I started playing in a band.
So, or was it like 10, 11, or like what
Yeah,
age?
I think so. In
That's
junior
so
high.
young. That's
Yeah,
so young.
I was also playing football, because you had in Colorado where I grew up. If you didn't back at that time, if you didn't play football, you were a pussy. You weren't cool at all.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it, but I did it
You
until I got.
covered all bases. You were like, I'll get chicks on a sports team and in a band.
But then I realized when my knee got torn up, and that was it. But I was the rest of the season. I was on the sidelines on crutches with my jersey on, and it really got the chicks at that point because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They felt bad for you.
So the cheerleaders actually talked to me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was cool.
I
But
was in
I think I
cheer.
started,
I
like,
was and with a goth necklace though, like a spike goth necklace in my cheer costume, so it was kind of confusing. But I
that's
wasn't
cool.
into the football players. I liked the band guys or the weirdos that looked like school shooters in the corner. That was my type.
Well, we all need cheerleaders. So
In
thank you.
life, right? Like
Yes,
still.
yes.
So, okay, I love too. We were talking a little bit before we got started. You did Slash's Snake Pit. I am a huge Eric Dover fan and his projects from the 90s and in the past. And you've worked with Alex and Hookers and Blow. You've done so many projects. How did all of those come about, or how did you guys first meet?
How did Alex and I first met? How did we first meet? He was working with Beautiful Creatures at the time,
Okay.
and Joe Leste, had gotten in touch with me and asked me to come in the studio to add some piano on some of their tracks. And I said, of course. Joe's an old friend from Bang Tango from way back, and that's how I met Alex. And we just kind of hit it off from there. And then Eric, I met when I started playing at the Cat Club. Well, no, I met Eric obviously, duh, when he was in the studio when we were doing the Snake Pit record, right?
Okay.
The first one. That's how I met Eric. I didn't really stay in touch with them until I saw him at the Cat Club, and Slim Jim had asked me to come start playing with the Starfuckers, and so that became a thing for a few years. Every Thursday night, it was Eric and myself and Slim Jim or others and Stephanie Dika, and it was always a really fun time and really cool. And I kind of miss that, but everything has its day, has its time. And so yeah, that's how I really started working with Eric, and then him and I went down to Florida a couple times to do some acoustic shows down there, and all around really. So
That's so neat. I love. And then how did Scotty Griffin join Hookers and Blow for a little bit? I know he was with Sin City Sinners, but did he join you guys or was he just like a fan or kind of filling in?
I brought him in to be the guitar. For there's a couple of tours we had, and with hookers and blow, especially back then, it was just kind of whoever could do it. It's become more of a set thing now,
Yeah.
years later. But back then, and so I brought Scotty in to play guitar, um, and and then I don't know what happened. Sometime he ended up playing bass. It's all kind of blurry.
He
But
can do everything, right? He's kind of like you too, multifaceted and different, sing,
yeah,
guitar.
guitar and bass, yeah. And yeah, and then eventually, well, we put Scotty on a timeout with hookers and blow for a while.
Was he was drinking? Was he because now he's like sober and all into health and stuff, but was he partying too hard?
I don't remember exactly why.
Okay, okay, because he was a naughty boy back in the day.
So later on, though, after the Cat Club kind of died out, we started another thing. We started two things with Eric Dover and Scotty and myself. And one was called MTV, like the word empty V. And we started because everyone was doing the same songs from the 70s and the same sort of set list that the Starfuckers were doing. We said, let's do like the early MTV sort of music, right? Because then you had a lot of late 70s bands were re-releasing songs with videos, and then and just the newer stuff, and that was pretty fun. And that transformed into a thing called the Dick Pistols, and we would play various venues around LA, and it was actually that was really fun. So that was Scotty Griffin, Eric Dover, myself, and Scott Coogan on drums.
That's so cool. I got down there later in 2006, and I was stripping at Crazy Girls, and that's how I first met Scott. And I just kept hearing about a lot of the bands and the projects and things that he's done with you and other people. And there was still some things going on, but did you ever perform at Crazy Girls?
No, people don't want to see me take my clothes off and dance
No,
around.
no, no. Okay, so Wednesday nights were rock and roll Wednesdays, and we had a lot of big bands perform on stage on Wednesdays. So it was really fun, and everyone wanted to work Wednesday nights. But like it was more early 2000s.
Okay, no, I was probably touring a lot then with.
You weren't a stripper ever though? That's good to know.
No, no, I wasn't. I wasn't. I didn't have the physique for Chippendales, you know, and I just, I don't have the moves.
It'd be pretty cool if you opened your door though, and there's Dizzy Reed dressed as like a pizza delivery man, and you just started getting down with a boombox. I don't think anyone would turn you away.
I mean, I guess if all this doesn't work out, I got that.
Don't rule it out. That's all I'm saying.
It's
You
like,
know,
hey, Grandpa's here with the pizza.
there's people with grandpa and grandma, kinks. It's a thing. Yeah.
Well, that's good. No, I guess I don't know.
Okay. So I do want to know because I know people are very particular about their brands. Are you a Yamaha, Hammond? Do you have like a certain brand that you're now in love with and you stick with?
Oh yeah, Hammond, Hammond organ, Hammond organs. Yeah, that's it's on stage with GNR. It's lit up right, Hammond, and
They pay you well.
it's I mean it's just the greatest instrument, keyboard instrument I think ever. And I learned on organ, and so it's always my I don't know, it's my first love.
I always think of Russell Hammond because I'm so into the movie Almost Famous. Have you seen that movie?
Yes,
Isn't
yeah,
it good?
yeah. I do remember that. I remember they were singing the Elton John song on the bus, and
Tiny Dancer.
he was a
Yeah.
he jumped off the roof, and I thought like, God, I've done all that stuff. I think I don't know.
It brought
Anyway,
back memories for you.
yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
a little
I
bit.
was such a groupie, so I liked Kate's role as Penny Lane because I was like jumping on tour buses and just
Uh-huh.
loved to be in the scene.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's definitely in the scene.
Yeah. For I mean, you're supporting the music scene on the ground, from the ground up, literally. It's right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay, so the digital album's out now, physical's coming out. How long did it take from start to finish when you started the album?
Oh boy. Um, at this particular record, I think it took me because we there's it was basically done on when I had downtime So I'm on tour. I come back. Let's do some more. Let's do some more. Um, and it probably about 2 years.
Okay.
Just to record this stuff. I mean, some of these songs have been sitting around for 20, 30 years,
Wow.
just in kind of hanging out in cyberspace or in my brain. And I think when I just picked like the 10 songs that I wanted to put out at the same time. And there's like 3 songs that are kind of like a mini concept. But everything else is just what I thought it was time for it to come out. So, but I finished that in 2020 when the pandemic hit. It allowed me to really add the stuff that I wanted to make it exactly how I wanted it and mix it right.
To
So
focus.
that was a
Yeah.
weird blessing. But yeah, what was I saying? I forgot.
No, you answered it that it took you 2 years pretty much to
Oh,
record.
and then, but it took a while to find the right home for it,
Okay.
which we did eventually with 50Q Records. And just to clarify, the vinyl is out now,
Yeah.
and the digital release is Friday.
Okay.
So there's
Friday.
still you can still pre-order the vinyl, which you get a nice, beautiful autographed package with there's a cool bumper sticker and a poster, and it's a limited edition orange vinyl with a blue label. It looks really cool.
Nice.
So yeah,
Nice
it's
color
translucent
choices.
orange. Translucent orange.
Ooh, very 70s. That reminds me of like a conversation pit couch in 1974.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Um,
That's pretty badass color. So that's neat. So I like vinyls. I like having the record and putting it on my record player. You know, it just feels cooler.
I grew up with that. That's all there was,
Yeah.
and so that experience to me it was very special to have that. And you pull out the sleeve. Sometimes it's a fold out, whatever. But so yeah, I thought it was important to put it out on vinyl because it is a record. So all the lyrics are on the sleeve, so you can read along and see who played on what songs, and yeah, I think it's just part of the experience. I mean, it's I think it translates just as well to streaming, and all the songs I think hold up on their own. So
Yeah. And it's a more personal project for you. I think several people, when they get in one successful band, they just ride that out. They're like, this worked. But I feel like, do you sit still because you've just been in like 40 other projects? Do you ever just like not do anything?
um, well, yes, but when I'm not doing anything, I keep saying, God, I should be doing something. So
Your
there's
mind is always going, like creative juices are flowing.
always right now I'm thinking of stuff I'm gonna write down. So
Nice.
yeah.
Wow. That's cool. Can you write a song about me? I'm in. Let's do it.
Um, well, I'll think about that. That's
Somebody that's banged your friends. That could be the title of it,
yeah.
but hasn't met you.
Yeah. All right.
Can we play a fun game called This or That? So I ask you if you would choose one thing or the other.
Okay.
Okay, right on. Would you choose morning coffee or late night ice cream?
Hmm. I'd have to go with the late night ice cream,
Oh,
even
sweets.
though
That's
I
your.
was just I didn't get my morning coffee today, and as
Oh,
soon as this is over, I'm going to run across to Starbucks and get some. But if I had to pick this or that, I'd say the late night ice cream.
I like it. What's your coffee order though?
I usually get the iced shaken espresso with almond milk, just in case.
Very European of you.
Is it really? Oh, I was just in Europe for a long time.
Yeah, in France, like espresso shots on ice. America, we want to add a million artificial flavors and crazy things
Well,
to it. So
okay, I'm down. I'm down with the diner coffee, with the cup of coffee, like at my mom and dad's. When we put the creamer in, I'm down with that. But
yeah,
there's a Starbucks right across the street. So when I go to
nice.
Starbucks, and it's 104 here today, so I'm gonna have an ice shaken something.
Are you in LA?
I'm in LA.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm in Sacramento and we have a heat wave too, but it's like 91. That's weird that it's warmer in LA. That's rare.
Well, what's even weirder is that we're having this monsoonal overspill. And so just before we started with this, there was thunder outside and big drops of water falling from the sky. It was the weirdest thing.
No, I feel so that happened here at 5 in the morning. Like it woke me up, the lightning. It was so bright. I was like, what the heck was that? Like, did a kid turn a light on? And then I woke up and then I heard the thunder. And we too from 5 to 6:30 a.m. had this strange thunderstorm and it's summer, right? And it's California. We don't get weather. So that's crazy. I didn't know that it's in LA too.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
yeah.
Weird. Okay, would you rather send a spicy pic or receive a spicy pic?
I'll receive a spicy pic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't send them, or you're just it's like whatevs.
Um, I no, I don't send spicy pics. I keep that for the.
In person only?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, and well, we just talked about this. I was gonna say physical album copy or digital, but I feel like you would say vinyl.
I'm gonna say vinyl. Yes.
Okay. 70s rock or 80s rock?
Ooh, that is a tough one. Seeing as how I sort of come from '80s rock, I'm '70s rock for sure.
Okay. You did
That
say burnt orange. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
translucent orange.
Okay, translucent orange. Okay. I'm thinking though like orange like was so 70s. I don't it's just kind of like shag orange carpet reminds me of going to my grandma's ranch.
Oh yeah, there was definitely a lot of orange stuff and burnt orange, especially. You're right.
Yeah. Okay, grunge music or ska music?
Mm. Wow, that's hmm. There's a lot of great grunge, but ska music really moves me, man. I got to
Yeah.
go with ska.
Yeah. I
Definitely
like all the trumpets and everything and the jumping
like
around.
specials and yeah, I got to go with the ska. Yeah,
What do you off the this or that? What do you think of Weird Al Yankovic?
Weird Al.
Yeah.
He is a talent like no other. Definitely. Yeah,
He's my favorite, so I just had to you ska reminded me of him a little bit.
no, he's pretty special. His dad was a big polka guy in Wisconsin. He played the accordion and all that. So he comes from it's a good lineage of great sort of American music. I mean, I know polka comes from elsewhere, but everything comes from elsewhere here. So
Yeah. An
Weird Al.
accordion and keyboard, that's not too far off.
Uh, some would say that they are very similar. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, I know that a lot of people want to yell that for playing an accordion, so I've never really picked it up. But it seems more personal. You can carry it around like a guitar. You can't really carry a piano around.
When I see Weird Al getting down on the accordion and he's on his knees on stage, I want to hit it. Like it's such a turn on. So I suggest it.
All right, Weird Al. That's fantastic.
It's been an ongoing joke in radio for years that I have it for Weird Al. Would you rather want to be on stage or backstage?
On stage. On stage. Backstage can be torture for musicians.
Yeah. A lot of
On,
waiting around and shitty food sometimes.
yeah, there can be a lot of waiting around. I think when you're backstage, if it's your show, you want to be on stage, and then um, when you're backstage after the show, you just kind of want to get out of there sometimes. I don't know. But if I'm backstage at someone else's show, uh, I just want to drink all the liquor.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you still drink?
I still have a drink now and then. Still have a bit.
You're like a survivor because most people that I interview that have been established as long as you are all sober. They're all out.
Yes, I'm aware. But
Yeah.
I do appreciate moderation these days. It's very important. It's
100%.
important for anyone watching this. Moderation.
I even do moderation and moderation sometimes.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's taking
So
it another step further. That's even better, I suppose.
I do. I drink wine like I'm having a glass right now. A little bit of whiskey on the rocks, but like on a Friday night. Like I think it's all good. All of my friends too that we all lived in Hollywood for 10 years. Like we either they got sober or you turned into me where I drink to celebrate, or the kids went to bed, so this is exciting. I'm gonna have a little drinky poo. But
Yeah,
you got to slow down at some point.
definitely, for sure.
Okay, would you rather date a fan or date somebody that doesn't know who you are?
Um, you know, sometimes people never really know who I am at all.
Ooh, I like that
Yeah,
response.
but oh, I don't know if I was.
That was deep. That was
I
really
don't
deep.
care. It wouldn't matter if they were cool, and that would be it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a stalker trying to kill you. That'd be great. Yeah.
but I think sometimes if I've seen in the past, and I have not, just observing when you date someone who doesn't know who you are, or whatever, you're a band, when you start bringing them around, it just opens up this floodgate, and they're like, oh shit, and so it's really hard to keep that relationship going, I guess.
It's a double-edged sword. I think on one hand, I tell myself I don't want to date anyone in entertainment again. But then on another hand, when I date someone in the suburbs, they don't understand what I do, or they'll freak out if I bring them somewhere. So it's like sometimes it's easier to date someone that kind of grasps what's going on. That makes
Yeah.
sense?
Yes, definitely, for sure. And it's something you never know. They might be able to, um, if they understand your business, what you're doing. If they're a musician, for instance, then I think you have a lot more that you can relate to. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like anything else.
Yeah. Are you, speaking of dating, are you turned on more mentally or physically?
Um, Mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's got to be. That's why dating's hard.
I
Well,
haven't dated.
sometimes, no, I'll like ugly people. Like, yeah.
I haven't dated in decades.
Dang. Well, are you married?
I am married.
Okay. Well, then you're dating your wife though. That's what I meant. You got to
And
keep dating.
yeah, so we understand each other perfectly most
Yeah.
of the time.
You're lucky though, man. It's dating and the apps and what's out there now. It is bad. So you hit the lotto.
I tried it for a while,
Oh,
after my first marriage, and I realized pretty early on, like this is fucking fucked.
yes.
Yeah, it wasn't like back in the
I think
80s.
social media has fucked dating, because yeah, I loved dating in my 20s when social media and dating apps weren't around, and we had to go to the Rainbow Room to meet, or you had to come to my work to meet, and then we connected in person, and it was such a vibe, and you had to know a friend of a friend and be involved in things. And now it's like you'll go on an app and you'll date someone completely out of your circle and you have nothing in common, or it's a different breed
I
for
can
sure.
tell you, it's a whole nother. I mean, I just remember, like, how did we do anything before? Like, I remember, like, it came back to me. I was visiting my parents. We drove back to visit my parents a couple weeks ago, and as we're pulling into our old neighborhood, I was thinking I used to have to give people directions over the phone how to get here.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, you turn right on Baseline and then take a left. There'll be a lake on your right hand side. You take a left on Stearns Avenue, and then you go. Like, it was like, how did I do that?
I printed MapQuest, right? So when I turned 16, you could at least print it on a computer at home.
Sure.
And I would have to sit, I don't know how it was legal, and read each direction on a piece of paper printed. And if I made a mistake and got turned around, I had to park into a gas station. I was explaining this to my kids the other day and go tell the gas attendant, hey, I got turned around. How do I get back to this place to keep going? And they have it with GPS. It is great for independence, right? Like, so I will say technology and AI and everything has helped us, but then I think it's hurt us more.
Well, with AI, I think we've yet to see how what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
I don't even use Chat GPT or anything like that.
I like if someone else has it, I like fucking around with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. If you do my brother has Grok.
I've never used it.
It's an AI thing, Grok, and you can have like give different ask. You can program it to be or different personalities. So if you try the Grok unhinged, it's pretty out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty out there.
It's fun.
Yeah, she's unhinged.
Well, I'm unhinged, so I would get along with that
Check out
AI.
Doc Unhinged.
Okay.
I'm sure you could do an unhinged dude too, but yeah.
I'm scared I develop one of those relationships like the movie Her, and then I fall in love and I just stop dating. So I don't know. I don't want to do it.
Well, I say it's a free country. Whatever floats your boat.
Man, people are gonna be marrying AIs. It's happened, robots and stuff, and they're already into dolls. It's no, 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 no.
Well, I believe on the Bill Maher show the other night, he said that 50% of Gen Zers say they would marry an AI, their AI partner or whatever.
That's wild. We need human connection. I need real human connection.
Well, I mean, it's like we'll see what happens with that. I think right now we're having troubles with like same-sex marriage, and
Yeah.
and I think everybody should be able to do what the fuck they want when it comes
Oh
to it.
yeah.
And so, hey, if you want to marry your AI chatbot, good for you. We'll see you in like 20 years, or
The only
maybe.
thing is, I want to be a grandma though, so like that complicates things for me being a grandma if they marry a robot.
But you can have a virtual grandchild,
What? No, no, I need to hold the baby.
but a virtual grandchild could spoil you.
Okay, and then like not poopy diapers to clean up and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, hey, as a grandparent, you don't have to change poopy
You
diapers.
don't do. I would be hands on. I think I would be like,
I was hands on as a father.
yeah,
Those days for me are done.
yeah.
Um,
You're the fun grandpa now.
I don't need to change for those I've changed.
Makes sense the way
Yes.
you state it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, would you choose Friday nights or Sunday afternoons?
Friday nights.
Are you a night owl?
I'm definitely a night owl.
Oh,
No doubt about it. It's everything. Like this interview would be completely different if it was at midnight.
why is that?
I don't know. I'm be more alive. I
You
just
come
crawled.
alive.
I just crawled out of bed.
Wait, I'm a morning person.
Oh,
This is late afternoon for me. That's why I'm on my wine. I had my coffee at 6 a.m.
oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Yeah. God, I wish so I used to be a night person back in the day. And something just flipped like mid 30s and I start falling asleep at like 9 p.m. I turn into a grandma.
It, hap-
Interesting.
it happens. I think if being a night person, a night owl, is very beneficial if you are a rock musician.
100%.
It just because you're going to be doing everything later and later, and now in this age, it's harder after a show to. I don't want to. I just want to go to bed, and
Yeah. Yeah.
there's the after party is a fleeting thing from the past, but occasionally, we'll have a few shots of Jägermeister here and there, um, or not.
You'll get a wild hair up your ass and be like, I want to join the after party. But now the after party is my bed with my cat. I love to sleep. It's so
Yeah.
exciting.
I mean, I don't want to sound like an old buddy duddy, but you know, I think everyone else should party after, definitely. And I might pop in, but
Ooh,
for the most part, I'm probably going to have and then probably just go watch some TV and fall asleep.
make an appearance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say, even at this age, after a big show, there's still a lot of adrenaline, and so it's not exactly super easy to go, but you get tired, and just the thought of going and being a social butterfly for an hour or two, just that thought makes you tired.
Yeah, it can take it out of you, meeting all those new people. And yeah, no, definitely.
Or seeing those old people. Anyway,
You're not even old, too. You're still young. Speaking of age, do you think it's better to have kids younger or older?
I think it's better to have kids when you have them. It's
Mm,
you can make an argument that uh, you're more prepared, more financially stable when you're older, but um, nothing. There isn't anything that can prepare you for having kids. All these books and bullshit. People forget that the person, as soon as as soon as they take their first breath, that's an individual. So there's no book on that person. There never is going to be. You're writing it as it happens. So I think if you're young and you have kids, there's good things about that too. And I have to say that because I had kids when I was young. So, no, but because you're just more relatable, I think it's easier to understand one another. The age gap can sometimes be, but as long as you love your kids and they love you, that's the most important thing.
That's
So
good advice.
yeah,
And I'd say you have more energy when you're younger and you have more wisdom when you're older. So it
yep.
really can switch up, you know?
Typically more money, but everyone's different.
Um, and would you choose between puppy love or grown love?
Puppy love or grown love? I've never known puppy love.
Oh.
No, I don't
You
even-
didn't have like a cute young like teenage relationship?
no, no, I didn't.
No?
No. So I'm gonna go with grown love.
Okay.
Puppy love seems kind of I don't know. I guess it's
Remedial.
necessary, but grown love has a chance.
That's a fair fact. Yeah. The odds of staying together when you meet as a teenager have got to be pretty low.
Almost impossible, I think.
Are you an Android guy or an Apple guy?
Um, I I am an Apple guy.
Okay, good. You're blue.
I'm
You're
I'm
blue
not.
bubble.
I don't like. I'm not one of those people. It's like going, hey, dude, it's good. Fucking Apple. Everything else sucks, or Apple sucks. It's like, no. I fell into Apple, and so that's what I use. I'm familiar with it. Um, so that's
Me too. And once they get you and you know how to use it, why switch it up? You know?
why switch it up. If it works for you, just use it. There's no, don't listen to all the geeks.
Yeah. Okay, hookers or blow?
Blow. Yeah,
Smart.
blow. You know, if you caught the blow, you can find a hooker. No, that's just.
I love it. You
I
know
just
what in 2020 to survive, I got hookers and blow. I got both of them to my house.
oh,
It was great. It really took our minds off of the world may end.
right. Well, some people, binge watch television shows. You did that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, everybody handles stress differently, you know?
That is true. And if it works for you, it works.
It really did. Okay, last this or that. Viper room or rainbow bar?
Ah, I'd have to go. I mean, that's like a. Bleh, bleh. I have to go Viper Room. I love the Rainbow. Don't get me wrong, but I guess one's a live venue, one is not. So the Rainbow is a hangout, and
Yeah.
a lot of great memories there. A lot of great non-memories there. Um, I love the people that run that place. Always will. Uh, but the Viper Room, I have some good memories there too of doing some great shows. I did a residency there a while ago, a long time ago actually, and that was so cool. And they just they always treat us really good. Weird thing is, I thought it was closed, but it's still open. That's weird. How does that happen? It's
You
a lot.
just reminded me of somebody else that you and I both know that I dated, Tommy Black, that
Oh yeah, Tommy.
works at
Mhm.
do you love Tommy?
Tommy's great. Tommy. He can pour a mean drink.
Yes. One time he poured so many drinks, I had hit on him for a long time. And I woke up one of the funniest ways with Tommy. I, at that time, had an all pink room. I painted the whole thing pink with a pink stripper pole. And we woke up on the floor next to my bed. Like I had a bed, but we woke up on the floor and there was a little open baggie of cocaine with it just like spilled all over us and like a dildo on the ground. And we don't remember anything. We had no clothes on. And we were laughing so hard when we woke up. Like, what a day.
Yeah, it's a shame you can't remember those kind of things
I
sometimes.
know. Like
Uh,
when it's like it was a good night, but like we were at the Viper Room last. I don't even remember the band we were seeing. We were laughing. I was flirting with him again, and then we woke up like that, and I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to get him to come by the podcast right now, but he's a little hesitant 'cause he has so many stories that are incredible, But sometimes we can't tell every story because somebody could get in trouble. So
I know I have a whole shelf of stuff like that.
you have a slew. And would you ever like write a book with all of the juice one day or no?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah.
I,
Take it
I,
to the grave.
I love what I do, and I love the guys that I do it with, and gals that I do it with, and there's no reason to try to profit or get attention off something that happened that might make them look shitty or get them in trouble. You know?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's why I don't want to. Everyone said I should start charging and do a Patreon. I will never ever charge for this podcast. This is so fun. And I just love learning and getting information and finding about new music coming out. It's just a hobby of mine.
That's great. That's fantastic.
So we got Dizzy. Thank you so much for letting me steal you. It's my afternoon. It's your morning. I got 40 minutes with you. Rock and Roll Chose Me is out now. You kick ass. If you're ever in NorCal, let me know, and I got to come out and see you.
Will do, and thank you, Steph. Really appreciate it.